Hi, this is Asim.
This is Sujoy.
This is Amrita.
And you're listening to Khandaan, a Bollywood podcast about the three main Khans of the Hindi film industry:
Amir,
Salman,
And Shara.
Hi, you're listening to Khandaan, a Bollywood podcast regular feed. Thank you so much for your support over the years. We now have a Patreon channel with bonus content and exclusive merch for those of you who would like to support us. Every dollar goes towards creating more and better content. Visit us at patreon.com/Khandaan podcast.
Hi and welcome to a new episode of Khandaan Podcast. My name is Asim Bernie and I'm joined with my lovely co-hosts Amrita and Sujoy. Hey Amrita, hey Sujoy.
Hey everybody, my dear Bowrays.
Hello.
We are this episode's review is Luck by Chance, which is our Patreon pick. If you join specific tiers from Patreon, we let you choose a movie we're going to be discussing on the main show. This is a pick by Meera, and she picked Luck by Chance. So I think I was really excited to watch this movie. I realized I hadn't seen it since it came out. And weirdly enough, it's one of those movies that I do feel I have seen so many times, but because clips get constantly uploaded and they end up going viral every time, oh, she was speaking the truth and, we didn't realize it back then. But it's a movie that's still very, very relevant. But I think quickly I want to talk about this because I was kind of keeping this because Amrita wasn't there last week. It's a weird parallel that at the moment there's a huge clash going on between Ranveer Singh and Excel, the outsider that made his way in Bollywood and has now pulled away from a movie that he'd already committed to a production house that had a very long history with him and had already invested 45 crores or something like that in the development of Dawn 3. And I just wanted to kind of get your thoughts about all of that. My bias is a lot of times about Ranveer Singh, so I didn't want to kind of jump straight in. But Sujoy, have you been following the news? Where do you kind of are you team Ranveer? Are you team Excel? Or are you a team I don't care?
I'm pretty much a team I don't care. I don't know if I'm at all excited about Dawn 3 to begin with, and to see Ranveer in Dawn or Farhan go down this route of directing another Dawn rather than making something else. So I wasn't on team either of them. The noise that it has generated is not. What irks me the most is how Team Dhurandhar and the fandom of Dhurandhar has just become this, I don't know, they are the next saviors of cinema, and they are all jumping on becoming. How it has fused into Ranveer fandom, but it's basically Team Dhurandhar itself behind it. By Team Dhurandhar, I don't mean the makers of Dhurandhar, but this subreddit of Dhurandhar who are still very much alive, and they are just pulling down everything. Oh, this means that, and this means that, and Farhan is wrong, and Excel is wrong, and the whole Producers Guild or whatever, the body of filmmakers that banned Ranveer apparently was wrong, and how this is how they treat non-nepo people in Bollywood, whereas actually Ranveer is a nepo kid. He's part of the industry, and at this point he is no longer an outsider, excuse me. All of this is just noise. I don't know who benefits by generating this much buzz out of nothing. It's just a distraction from all the actual news that's happening in the world.
Amrita, your thoughts? I was waiting for your thoughts on this one, to be honest.
I think it's just interesting that we can no longer have celebrity without victimhood. In order for, because if you look at the Khans, right, because that is the logical comparison point, right? The three Khans, because those were the last three big stars of Bollywood. And they continue to be like big stars. But the stars like the Khans and even before them, Sunny and Sanjay and Anil, and it's not like they didn't have really low lows or they didn't have a sad story to sell or anything, but their entire PR strategy or their image, like their brand building strategy, was that look at us, we are awesome, right? Like there is nobody that can like win a fight against us or can bully us or if you come at us you better you're coming for the king, like that type of thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you see the people today and all of it is about like, oh, look at this poor baby, he's like 45 years old and like nobody loves him. And you are just like, what do you mean? But it's like I'm simplifying it a lot, but literally every single like superstar or wannabe superstar that you think of from Bollywood over the last like say 10 years, it's this constant like whining about like, oh, like he has like such a hard childhood, and also like his girlfriend is such a bitch, and also like it's always like somebody somewhere has done this man wrong. And it's fascinating to me to watch Ranveer in particular, because this is the same man who was getting trolled like anything by probably the same people, right? Up until a year ago. And they were criticizing the fact that, the clothes that he wore, they criticized the fact that he loves his wife. They criticized his movies. They criticized the fact that he was a Nepo kid. And they criticized the fact that he was close to Shanu Sharma. They criticized the fact that he got a YRF debut. They criticized every single thing about this one man. But the moment he made Dhurandhar, and the moment it seemed like he might be like sympathetic to their political beliefs. And by the way, I do not think that Ranveer Singh believes in those politics. I feel like Ranveer Singh genuinely doesn't care. Like Ranveer Singh just wants validation and adulation. And he will, like whoever is willing to give him that is whom he's willing to, espouse. And the moment they thought that they have a legitimate superstar who's playing for their team, which is again very funny to me because Ranbir has been trying to be that guy for the past 5 years and hasn't gotten anywhere. And then all Ranveer had to do was like basically make this movie saying that Pakistanis are hot, but we're going to kill them all.
Yeah.
And that was it. That's all he needed to do. He didn't have to like give up beef. He didn't have to like play Ram. He didn't have to be like, actually, I do puja 3 times a day. None of that stuff. All he needed to do is make a movie where he said Pakistan bad. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's very interesting to me to see that. But coming back to like this particular issue between Ranveer and Excel, I think I see why Farhan filed that lawsuit, but also I think Farhan is doing a little too much because, like Sujoy said, like I don't know who was excited for Dawn 3. Like, I don't know who was.
I think
And
we were genuinely excited for Jile Zara. Like that was the thing that we were excited about, and that didn't go through. And it was like, okay, I'll just listen to the comment section underneath every post I do and just make Dawn 3, just get it over with, right? But I think even when
but nobody wanted to see Dawn 3. Everyone wanted to see Shah Rukh in Dawn 3, which is a very different thing from like, I want to watch Dawn 3. Nobody wants to watch Dawn 3. And also, like, there's a line of argument that says that, if Farhan had changed his mind and if Shah Rukh had changed his mind and Shah Rukh had been like, hey, like, I would actually like to do Dawn 3, they would have dropped Ranveer in the blink of a heartbeat. And like there would have been no compensation as such. And I see that. Like that, yes, that is something that, and it's something that has happened to Ranveer particularly a bunch of different times, right? Like he was
Yeah.
supposed to do Bombay Velvet, and then they took Ranveer instead. He was supposed to do Baiju Bavra, and then like SLB did SLB things. So there's been a lot of like high profile. He was supposed to do that what is it, Shaktiman, and then Mukesh Khanna had a like I don't know, like a public meltdown about it.
I can't remember. You remember Shaktiman,
I
the
remember
movie
Shaktiman.
Shaktiman. Jesus.
So yeah, it's just it's incredible to me that now this is like a major issue. But what do you
Yeah.
think, Asim?
I mean, you guys know that I don't hold Ranveer Singh as a person in high regard. I think he's one of the most spineless leading men that we have at the moment, and I think he actively quotes a very harmful narratives that are already playing out politically and socially, and he rides those coattails a lot of times without any consequences to
Not
the
because he
effect.
believes them, but because
Yeah,
it benefits him.
Yeah.
exactly. He,
Yeah.
he he rides them, and even to the point where he it hurts his family. It hurts his wife. It's literally hurting his father-in-law. I think he was like some manifestation or something like that. I was seeing on Twitter that he was getting like blasted or something like that. Like it hurts people around, and it hurts his co-stars. It hurts the industry, and he has complete disregard for any of that just because he wants to be loved and entertained like a clown that he is. But yeah, again, I don't respect the man at all. I appreciate his performances and his skill and his talent for sure. I think he's a good actor for a lot of
Mm.
performances, but now the persona is becoming so big that it's just like annoying the hell out of me. And especially now in this day and age, if you are not standing up with your spine straight, then what are you even doing? I cannot respect that. But beside that, I like you, Sujoy. I had no interest in Dawn 3. I also don't like actor Farhan. Like I want him to make movies, right? I don't want him to act in movies. I want him to get back to the Farhan that we actually like and love. And so that's the only part in Dawn 3 that I was excited about. That even though it's going to be just a literal cash grab, at least he's directing again. But it's kind of a tough one because Excel was one of those first production outfits, as far as I remember. One of the first. There were many, but like they were really like professional in
Yeah.
a corporate sense of how they make movies, how they have a script, how they have their team production setups.
Property.
Yeah, how they have all of that set up, right? And that same thing has now kind of like hurt them on a PR level, because if you want to do go down the corporate way, this is what you do. You take it to the right trade bodies, and taking it to the trade body that kind of supposedly banned and then unbanned Ranveer, this was not the first step. This was the last step of many mediations. They had gone to Amir Khan, they had gone to a lot of actors and producers to find some solution to this issue. And then they went to this lobby organization, and then this organization basically overstepped. And apparently, this is the same lobby that banned Pakistani artists a while back to ever come back in India. So they do hold power. But I yeah, it's tough to pick a side, because I also don't. I understand, like I think Ranveer made a statement that I don't recognize your authority as an organization to ban me, which I understand. Like I would, that would be now he's discovered a spine, right? Now that it's affecting his career. But I can kind of yeah, if he shows a spine, I can understand that. So I think for Excel, it's kind of bit them in the ass, just this corporate setup, because the corporate setup is not there. It always pushes this limit of how clean professional we can get. But this is Bollywood. It all works on relationships and, like networking, and we know each other and this and that. But guys, we went through Salman, Shah Rukh slapping each other at parties, and now they're in each other movies, so everything can be sorted out in a couple of years. But yeah, I'm just I'm not even sad that there's not going to be a Dawn 3, because I really genuinely was excited about it. So Let Ranveer make, I wish Ranveer now has to cater to the audience that is his fans, and now it is like this Greek tragedy where he's stuck only making movies for them, and Orelo's whole livelihood is dependent on these people that want to put parallel and diagonal lines on screen and say, wow, kya cinema hai, so the Dhurandhar fandom. So enjoy what you've sown, man. Like, that's all I can
Yeah.
say for Ranveer Singh. But yeah, I thought the parallels between seeing this news and then watching Luck by Chance were just too delicious not to talk about. But let's go to Luck by Chance now. Do you want to maybe give us a little recap, Amrita, of what happens in Luck by Chance for people that haven't seen it in a while?
Right. So this is basically the story of a young man who gets a lucky break into Bollywood, and then it's sort of like based on Zoya Akhtar's very finely observed, experience of the Hindi film industry and the different characters that this guy meets, and the advice that he gets from various people and who he becomes at the end of the film versus the beginning of the film. So, yeah.
So, had you seen it since? Is this a movie that you rewatch a lot?
I watch it every year or every second year, something like that.
Wow.
It's that much dear to me. This is my Roman Empire, basically. I love movies about movies, and I think Luck by Chance sits on the top of that list for me, amongst others. But it's such a well-made movie. Like it being a directorial debut is such a surprise to me that she managed to achieve so much within that, because obviously there has been tales of she's been wanting to make this for the longest time, the struggle that she went through to bring the cast together, because there was a lot of recasting. People were associated with this project, they dropped off, and the final product that she got out of, and all the people who were involved. This obviously has a divangi level of industry involvement in terms of cameos, but the performances that the main cast gets, from Farhan to Coco to Dimple Kapadia, Rishi Kapoor, yeah, outstanding. Yeah.
Yeah, Mirza.
Hello.
Yeah, like I said, I hadn't seen this movie in a while, but I feel it lives on Twitter and Reddit all the time that they post it. But going back and watching it, I was like, man, what an era of cinema that was. Like, we had so much and we had it so good. And like, look at where we are now. Like, this thing, it is uncomparable, all that we have lost, right? But the first note I had is, this is Farhan as Baazigar.
What?
Yeah, this because you said it's a man that gets a lucky break, but I think there's so much manipulation and kind of being at the right spot and really create. And it's a dialogue that
You
they
mean like
literally say.
this is Farhan's Baazigar?
Yeah, Farhan's character being Baazigar in the Bollywood cinema, like it's like he is like coming from nothing and really creating his path to success, right? And validation. Go ahead.
It's interesting that you said that, because I had a similar thought. I didn't think of him as Baazigar, because Baazigar is like a level of camp that this doesn't apply to. But I was thinking that, this is actually my favorite performance by Farhan, because I know that, like none of us is like a big fan of Farhan, the actor. Like all of us wish that Farhan would stick to direction. But as an actor, this is my favorite film of his, because he nails the fact that to be a celebrity and to really like want to be a celebrity and to enjoy being a celebrity, like all that stuff, you have to be a sociopath at some level.
Yeah.
Like you can't be a normal person and also be a star. And it was very interesting to me, because I was watching an interview that Zoya did with Anupama Chopra. It's sort of like a retrospective of like, my first film sort of a thing. And she was talking about this film with Anupama, and she said she was once privy to a conversation between like, I don't know, like 5 or 6 top stars of Hindi cinema. And they were all like talking about this other guy that wasn't there. And they were just like, well, that guy's never going to make it. And she was like, why wouldn't that guy make it? And they said he's too content. And apparently like all of them just reacted to the word content like it was like the worst insult or the most like horrendous condition that a person could have, because they were just like, well, no, he's not going to succeed because you have to like have that hunger. And I think like she wrote it obviously, but like Farhan really nailed it as well, where you can see him making these like little slimy like situations and like sort of like navigating his way in. Even his personal relationships, like the women that he is, like sleeping with or flirting with or whatever, he's doing it with an eye to like where that is going to take him. Whether it's like with Coco's character, with Isha Sharvani's character, he is like thinking 2 steps ahead about like what this relationship is going to do for him.
And every time he does that, the film underscores it with that background score of the tung 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 tung. It's like some sort of a score that underscores the fact that, oh, the wheels are turning, and he's like thinking about, he's completely laid out this blueprint of the next 15 steps that he's going to follow to his goal. And the whole personal side of things, I love the fact that at the end, to me, this is a Coco story. It's a Sona Mishra story then, because it begins with her and it ends with her.
Ends with her.
He looms large in the background when that song of Bolo Kaisa Hai Kaun Sa Rasta plays. He looms large in that poster in the background, but it is Sona Mishra's story to me. But I'm so satisfied that they included that scene when, when Vikram appears on the Daily Soap set and Sona and her get to reconcile. And Sona just listens to him talking, and then she says, "Isme tumhari koi galti nahi hai. Tum bhi kya kar sakte? Kuch log hote hi aise hain."
Kuch log, yeah.
That's it. He has nothing more to say.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. I also, this is how I remember. And I think there's also just been a shift in how Zoya talks about her movies to, like, we had this idea that this is Farhan's launch or this is Konkona's movie and this and that. But like the way Zoya talks about it, that my movies are collective movies. They're like everybody's has a, and I think that really now shines through, where is as much Rishi Kapoor's or even like Juhi Chawla, who I didn't remember was in this movie, but she has such a big impact in this movie, right? Like it's a smaller role, but it's that Shifali Shah kind of role in Zindagi Na Milegi Dobara, where she's like, her few scenes really stand out to me. And you understand completely who Minty is with not seeing too much of her, right? Or even Shiba Chadda, right? Like obviously, what the arsenal or access to stars that Zoya now has, she didn't have that for this movie, right? Like she had a lot of other actors she wanted to get involved, although she gets a lot of them. But still, I don't think Farhan was probably meant for this role. It was probably like a proper like a main actor she was looking for initially,
I think,
right?
Like, Vivek Oberoi was involved at some point. Tabu was supposed to play Coco's role and all of that.
Yeah. So that's probably how she wanted to initially make the movie, but she ended up making it like that, which I think is a strength because we didn't know Farhan as an actor then, right? Like I don't know if Rock On came before or after this, but after this, yeah. It's really been the law of diminishing returns in terms of performances for Farhan, hasn't it? Like it's just gone like it started great and just but yeah. No, I really love this movie, and I was like, it is funny to me though that, like you said, early Diwangi, but it's such an interesting thought that Om Shanti Om and Lag by Chance are such similar movies, but so different in its approach. And it's just funny that Farha did, I mean, Zoya and Farha being cousins, she did it this way, and then Zoya did it her way, and
Yeah.
her way completely flopped at the box office. But you can't even say that, like in hindsight, one is the better movie as the other, because
No.
both are actually cult movies, right?
Yeah.
So it delivered in terms of quality, both of them. But it just feels weird that, oh, mere cousin ne ki, I'll do it my way and I'll tell the same story
But
to a certain degree.
there is one similarity both have, because Farah before Om Shanti Om did Mehuna, and even in that, at the end she brings all the crew members in Ye Fizai, and then she does that in Om Shanti Om, and then Zoya begins the movie with that.
It starts with that, yeah.
Ye Zindagi Bhi. It's the entire
It's
film industry.
so good.
Yeah,
It is
and
so
it's not
good.
the main guys. Like the costume department, it's the guy who's ironing the clothes. And the credits go costumes by Manish Malhotra and whatever. The cinematography, the guy who's bringing the spotlights on. It's just such minute details. Like, this is what we call peak detailing, by the way.
No, but it's also like such a, like, both those movies, like, this movie and Om Shanti Om, they're such a love letter to the movies.
Yeah.
They're like, you can tell that the people that made this movie, like, they weren't making it because they were like, oh, this is going to make like $100 million. They were making it because they were just like, this is a wonderful story about who we are and about us, It's like our story and we want to tell it. You can tell that, like, you can tell that quality, of care and of storytelling, and the fact that, it's clearly been workshopped, and there's like Zoya describes herself as sort of having like one ear open for the things that people say and the things that people do, and sort of immediately like jotting it down in a little notebook. And I can see that happening, and I can
Which is the sequence that happens in Om Shanti. Exactly, yeah.
Right?
But also, like, if Farah is your cousin, obviously you're hearing everything she's saying, like, even if she's in the other room, like, there's no choice,
I mean, there is a scene from Om Shanti Om here when, the Ye Zindagi Bhi is happening, when the projection is a screening. It is Gori Gori from Mehuna on the big screen.
Yeah.
There's Sholay in both movies, Here McMahon comes out of nowhere and gives one line that he's known forever for, Yeah, it's all the Easter eggs.
I've got movies. I've got a few more. So obviously the story itself, setup of Om Shanti Om, similar to like By Chance. The cameos kind of being similar. But the other thing I thought about, Mehuna has a song as a oneer, right? Behti Hawaein.
Chali Jaisi Hawaein.
Gala Gudiya, oneer again. Whole song shot in as a oneer, right? So there's a lot of like parallels, but it's watching this movie, I also understood why it didn't work at that time, because it does, and you see it in the sequence you're describing. It has this documentary cinema verite kind of approach to the filmmaking, and I think audience weren't educated enough. Like, it feels almost Dhobi Ghat-ish, like, like in a way of the way it's shot. Although the themes, the story is not at all of that kind of movie making, but it gives that vibe initially. So I think as an audience, although we all loved the movie when it came out, because we're not, we look at it maybe differently, and we're also better than general population, obviously. Otherwise, we wouldn't have this amazing podcast, right? But no, I think audiences needed to catch up on this type of storytelling. And I think it maybe was too early or too soon.
The way that I see it is that this is one of those movies that pushed that golden age of, like, independent cinema in Bollywood that lasted for about 5 years or whatever, 5 maybe 10 years.
The entire this was one of the movies era. Yeah.
Like, without this film, Ayushmann Khurrana doesn't have a career, or Rajkumar Rao. Like, these people don't have a career without this film coming out.
Yeah.
So which is funny when we say that, because Zoya is now known as, like, the godmother of the
Nepo baby. Yeah.
babies
It's crazy.
in Bollywood. So it's fun.
Yeah, yeah. Any Sujoy, you've seen this so many times. This movie. Is there anything this time watching it that kind of popped up for you that you were like,
Yes,
oh,
the dialogue in this movie switches like crazy, man. Like people are talking about something really serious. Noticed it this time, and then they would switch off to something else completely. Like the time when Sweetie, which is Minty's sister, Shiva Chadda, she's like, "हमारा तो पाई पाई लग गया है इस मूवी में, टेंशन के मारे इनका ब्लड प्रेशर हाई हो गया, थोड़ा वोडका मिलेगा." That happens all the time. Like Sona Mishra talking about her neighbor who is a stuntman who passes away on
yeah,
the set, and scene pe hi death ho gaya. Chini. So that whole scene is like, there's plenty of scenes when the dialogue like goes to and fro because there's
Yeah.
so many things are happening. I was like, that's so fascinating how they structured that. Like I really like Sanjay Kapoor in this rewatch. Like that scene में पूरा
I
emotion
didn't.
निचोड़ लिया है.
I did. I thought he was like, he just cannot nail the level of acting required. It's either or too much or too under, and like just like he's not Anil. Like Anil gets it, and Sanjay always misses the mark. I feel.
Okay.
I like him, but I was like, still, you get why he didn't become a bigger deal. Like I get it.
But I think he's also like, it's like tough when you're in an ensemble cast that is so good.
Yeah. Yeah.
And everybody's bringing their A game, and
Oh my
everybody's like
God.
nailing it, like out of the park. And then you're Sanjay Kapoor. Like, it's hard. You know what I
it
mean?
is hard.
Like,
Yeah,
it's hard.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
the hustle of Romy Rolly every single time, how
I
he
love him.
navigates through Nikki to Zafar to the hero and the heroine and the negotiation, and then the heartbreak that he gets, how he gets treated by the industry. And oh my God, Rishi Kapoor, what a volcano of talent he is. He's so good.
Yeah.
There's something to be said. Like, I was watching Rishi's performance in this film, and I just remember thinking, like, you take everything apart, right? And there's a lot to talk about Rishi Kapoor in his personal life and like who he was, etc. Blah blah blah. But there are some people who are just like born to do like one thing. Like, they have a vocation. Like, it's not just their profession, but it's their vocation. It is
It's
who
a
they
calling.
are.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Go ahead. Sorry.
no, and then that's Rishi Kapoor with acting. Like, I remember, like, in one of his interviews, he was talking about like how when he was a child, he would be crying, and then in the middle of crying, he would go to the bathroom to look at himself in the mirror so that he could remember how to hold his face
Yeah.
when he would have a crying scene. And I'm just like, yeah, that's an actor right there.
And I was going to make exact that same point about Kareena Kapoor, weirdly enough, who's also here for a scene. And I was like, she is so good at capturing exactly what this movie is, right?
Yeah.
And this is Talash era Kareena, right?
I think this is Tashan era because she's size 0.
Is she? I mean, they're close to each other, right? Maybe 1 or 2 years apart, right? Like, it's not refugee Khushi Kareena, and it's also not, the Kareena we have now. It's that middle period. But there was a really nice, I think it was on Shrimi's podcast. She was saying that there's a shot in, I think, Chameli, if I'm not mistaken, where the camera is kind of like, or Heroine maybe, where the camera is panning like that. And there's certain there's women, and then the shot was of Kareena, and the camera is like that, and Kareena was basically on her phone. She was on her phone when the moment the camera reaches her, she is on. Like, and she gives like an amazing shot. Camera moves, she's back on her phone. And I was like, oh my God, like, how do you do that? Like, how do you switch it on and off? And she was like, just like, that joke she had with Farhan, like, come whenever you want. I'm just joking, It's like, I think this is one of those things with this movie, because there's a lot of star cameos, right? Like, there's like a joke, there's Dia Mirza, there's Vivek Oberoi, there's Abhishek, there's Ranveer. But the stars are the stars. Like when they walk in, when they just have a small shot, even if they're playing themselves, or like I mentioned, Jui Chawla, small role, but oh my god, what a performance! Rishi Kapoor, Shahrukh, when he finally steps in, like I don't know about you guys, but I knew it was coming. But I stopped breathing for a second. And I think that's the impact that the movie wants to bring about. Like Shah Rukh aa gaya, oh my god,
Yeah.
And I don't even think this is like a great scene from Shah Rukh. I thought he was playing in a very smarmy way, which I didn't appreciate. But I don't know. It's just like star power is star power, man.
Yeah. But like also, I am fascinated by the ecosystem that this entire movie, portrays, from like the film parties, then to like the whole gossip industry that runs behind it, and then like how the producers try to get projects, then they have to approach these investors, and that then Dimple bringing Boman Irani to invest in the movie, and then the whole audition process. It's insane. But also, like, when Sona gets rejected, and Ali Khan is like saying, you have already done Tir Talwar, you can't be doing this movie, and she's like, magar mujhe acting aati hai, and he says, wo kisko dekhna hai? I just started laughing, man. There's so many great lines in this movie. It's insane.
What an epic run Konkona Sen Sharma was on. Like this, like page 3, Wake Up Sid, this one. Like, oh, I think, we talk a lot about like having like these amazing runs of movies. Like, but Konkona, I don't think features in that list, but she definitely should. Like, oh my God, and it has a bit of that page 3 vibes in it too, like you're saying, about these things, about the rumors and the gossip mills about it. I also feel, watching this movie again, I was like, I think Bollywood did Isha Sharvani wrong. It's Isha Sharvani, right? Her name?
Yeah.
Oh, she was great in this movie, right? Like I thought she was amazing. I don't think it worked for me as well the first time I'd watched it, but now watching it back, I thought she's amazing in it. Like the song she plays.
I think, unfortunately for her, like her debut movie was that Kishna movie from Subhash Ghai, and that was like a generational flop. And then she came in this one and she was great, but it was again a flop. So I think like she just got sort of buttonholed as pigeonholed rather, as a flop actress. And that's just really sad, because I remember, like, so she and her mom actually used to do this sort of like acrobatic classical dance or something. And it was like, and Isha was like an expert in all of that. So she used to do those aerial routines and things like that. And she did a lot of that in Kishna, for example. And even this one, the song with Hrithik, she does a little bit. Where she's in that little circle and she's just sort of like doing that Cirque du Soleil kind of a thing. And she could have been anything, but I think they really didn't know what to do with her.
Yeah, I don't think Bollywood knew what to do with her. I did love that reprise of Bhanware when they walk into the theater and then Farhan sees the reaction to him doing the song and he's made it. I thought that was really, really powerful.
And,
a scene I feel
Abhimanyu Singh's reaction to it, like he sees his friend on the other side of the glass and he's surrounded by fans, and he's just having popcorn. Like a few moments before, he was just a friend. They were just struggling actors, and now the distance between them is so large. Like he's unreachable to him. It's so well done, guys. Oh my god.
Yeah, amazing hater level acting. Did I miss the sequence? Like I was texting you guys about it. Was there not a sequence where Farhan hides his CV in no, it's not. I thought that he went that level of villainous that he actually hid it. Maybe I'm misremembering then.
What's your favorite dialogue though?
Amrita, you have any favorite?
I have one.
Go ahead.
What is it?
जबलपुर के एडवांस बुकिंग के लाइन में चाकू चल गया, किसी का तो मर्डर ही हो गया भाई. Cheers to that.
Yeah,
I love that line so much.
I love the sequence with Anurag Kashyap where she can't pronounce khoon. Khoon ho gaya, khoon. It's like murder ho gaya. Murder ho gaya.
Deadpan voice. Love it.
Yeah.
I loved everything that came out of Dimple Kapadia's mouth because, like, the way that she was saying everything, it was just like, you know, that she's been waiting for years to like play that role because she's just been like observing like heroine ki mummy across
when she
sets.
comes back from Bombay and then the outdoor shoot has been going and she talks to her nail lady, she's like putting her mouth so that they can't see her lips. She's like, in dono ka chakkar kab se chal raha hai? Oh my god. You know that auntie.
Yeah.
She's so good.
And also that when she talks to Isha, that all the horror she had gone through to reach where she's at, which is like, oh my god, you know, this woman has been through it, you know. And also just like this whole flirtation with Farhan, and you know, she's not acting on it, but she's appreciating it, and it's working slowly on her, you know. He's kind of getting through her guard, you know. I thought that was a really cool dynamic.
And then she realizes the gossip magazine's writing about it, and then she makes a call. Kutti.
Very Geet from Jab We Met, you know.
But that is also like based on real life, right? Like Dharmendra beating up Devyani Chaubal in the 80s and all that kind of stuff. So, love it.
Sanjay Dutt also, there was some going around about like he beat up or slapped and Salman was like, Theek mara. Like, Salman, tu calm ho ja, like, calm down.
And Shah Rukh, let's not forget Shah Rukh.
Shah Rukh,
And to top all of that, like Shankar-Ehsaan-Loy making an Ace album. All bangers. All bangers.
If this movie was remade now or made now, there would not be an excellent soundtrack, right? Like that would be the one thing that they would not have budget for. But back in 2007, 2009, they could also add an amazing soundtrack, and they're all amazing songs. Like especially the filmy song when they switch to it being like a filmy romantic song, and they do it so seamlessly. Like, you know, it's It's the Hrithik Bhavare song is just like, oh my god.
I love Hrithik in this film. Like, he's so good.
Yeah. Did you see the tweet that he had or Instagram post? And everybody like, Zoya, like, let's grab coffee, you know? Although I don't think Zafar is a negative character. Like, when you have real life Ranveer Singh at the moment, at least Zafar was not riding on the hate wave, you know?
Yeah.
He's okay. He was okay. He just wanted a Dharma movie. That's all he wanted.
Yeah.
With Shah Rukh. Wouldn't we all make that choice, you know? Good. Well, that was... quickly, should I read some messages of people? Yeah, I want to just go through. So Melanie said about Luck by Chance, easily one of my favorite movies and one of the best movies in the last 25 years. The entire cast is excellent, especially Konkona, Farhan, Rishi, Dimple and Jui. As someone who has never been to Mumbai, it gives you an outside and inside view of the city and the industry. Then Lisa said, I love this movie. I watched it multiple times over the years. I will watch anything with Farhan and Konkona. I thought it was very well written, well acted, very well done. And of course, the dance number with Hrithik and even creepy circus themed one adds to the pleasure. Sona said she absolutely loved the movie. I love that it manages to convey the seedy and transactional nature of Bollywood without turning preachy. The opening shot, we spoke about that, does a great job of capturing behind the scenes. The scene with Hrithik in his car and the kids on the screen is for me the best acting he has ever done.
Yeah.
It also reminds me of an old video of young Shah Rukh in his early days driving around Mumbai and getting completely mobbed. I couldn't find the video online, but it is there in one of the documentaries. Zoya's movies are always well cast, and this is probably the best among them. And then the final message was from Maida, who said, this movie showcases that the Nepo baby conversation is a bit stupid. Only an insider could have made this with love and nuance. I hope you guys talk about the Hrithik's character is very Shah Rukh coded. Zoya modeled him a lot on Shah Rukh. I hope she makes a movie with him in the future.
I feel like all of us have been waiting for that Zoya Shahrukh, collaboration for like decades at this point, and I don't think it's happening, you guys. Like, I don't think.
Zoya needs to write a 6-pack in there, and then Shahrukh will be interested.
Yeah.
That's all he cares about, like maintaining that 6-pack. Puri fauj lagi hui hai usko, yeah. Anything else you had to add about these comments?
I want to add one thing, and that is like something I observed. Like movies about movies, all the cinematic magic that movies create. It's talking about so many things that's happening all around, and then every time they pull up to Filmistan, the gate is the oldest gate that you have, and you see they walk inside through this gate, and there's magic being created, a whole entire universe. It's like the TARDIS, it's bigger on the inside. All these magic things are happening, and it's insane to see that that's the entryway. People can't just walk into through that, because it looks like an ordinary place in an ordinary town where people just walk in, but then it just brings fantasies to life. It's insane.
Yeah. It's something that that movie with that Damien Chazelle did, Babylon. They also kind of gave that idea really, really nicely. They probably copied it from Zoya, 100%.
Yeah.
Okay, that's it for this episode. That was Luck by Chance. That was also a movie nominated by one of our patrons. If you want to nominate a movie for Khandaan to watch, do not leave a comment in the comment section on YouTube or Instagram. Join Patreon and let us know what you want us to watch. Amrita, where can people find you online?
You can find me at Twitter at AmritaIQ, but as Asim said, the best place to find us is Patreon. So patreon.com/Khandaan podcast. And you can join for as little as $1. You can actually even join for free if you want to just like check things out. But, you might not have access to a lot of our special Patreon content.
Yeah, so I drop a monthly letterbox video where I talk about the movies. I'm dropping one about the TV shows that I've watched, and we'll do also longer episodes. You get early access, and Sujoy and me also did a hangout about like Korean movies and everything else we're watching. So there's a lot of things going on. Sujoy, where can people find you online?
You can find me on Instagram at 93K, and do check us out on YouTube at Khandaan Podcast for all the video content we make. And but all of that, obviously, you get early access to that on our Patreon channel, patreon.com/Khandaan Podcast.
Also follow us on YouTube. If you haven't checked out our new episode about Priyanka, I'm sure there's another one that'll be popping up soon. Drop us an email at youpodcasting@gmail.com, and thank you for listening.
Khandaan.